Live streaming is on.
We're back. We're just it's just halftime. Liverpool leading Leicester 1-0. Having the best of the possession, having the best of the game so far. Leicester look dangerous on the counter attack, but it's all to play for in the second half. Gaurav, tell us what you think is going to happen in the second half. I will be right back.
Okay. I think this is going to end up 2-0 Liverpool. Not a lot of doubt in my mind about that. Or 3-1 Liverpool. Used to be a Liverpool sponsor. What I'd love to see is Salah get some minutes towards the end of the game, if that's possible. I think that'll happen regardless. I think Anfield's desperate to see him back. And I know he's desperate to be back on the pitch as well. Another sort of narrative that's been building up, and I wanted to get into this as part of the Sadio Mane conversation, is that Mane is done at Liverpool and Diaz has come in to replace him. That's not correct. Liverpool need 5 top-notch attackers, maybe 6, that can rotate. So having Mane, Bobby, and Salah, your classic front three, your, traditional sort of patented Liverpool Klopp front three. What you now have coming in, and I'm not just saying it's Jota and Diaz, because Diaz is also just starting out, but even the likes of Taki Minamino, Harvey Elliott, that's a different sort of front three. These are different sort of players. Diaz will not do the same thing that Mane does. Yeah, Mane is quick and a great dribbler, but Mane is more of a finisher. Mane can be a fox in the box. Mane has a bit of aerial prowess as well. Apparently, Diaz has a bit more aerial prowess, but you know what I mean? Like, Mane has body strength. Mane's work rate is really good. Mane covers that left-hand side really well when Robbo goes marauding up front. So, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, Harvey Elliott, Taki Minamino, and even Divock Origi, the legend, absolutely can play in the same team. One of them is probably going to go. I think it's going to be Origi or Minamino. But within those 5 or 6 players, you need that rotation. You need that depth. This is the kind of shit Liverpool fans have been like moaning and complaining about for a long time, that we don't have backup for our front three. Now we have it. We've got loads of depth for that front three. We've got really decent depth for our midfield as well. The only thing that you could say is a bit of like a weakness in this squad, I guess we don't have a spare right back who's at that quality. Milner can play there, but he lacks the pace. Nico Williams can play there, but he doesn't offer as much going forward. And he's still growing into the role. So I think all of these Liverpool players are still part of that evolution into the second Liverpool team. And I think they're a vital part of that. I think Mane is a vital part of that. Bobby and Mo are a vital part of that. All of these guys are. Just looking at the Arsenal goal, it's fucking messy, but good luck to him, man. Scored it anyways, scoring from a set piece. Arsenal need goals. Arsenal really need goals. Especially after a quiet window, they'll just be really happy to get some points and get some pressure off themselves. So, now getting back to the AFCON, we're getting the second half started off here. The thing that I loved most about the AFCON was how raw it was. And I don't mean that as an insult or like, oh, it's low budget. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it seems raw, as in there's a lot of passion, energy, and I'm gonna fucking die for this or kill you attitude at the AFCON. yeah, there's a lot of diving, there's a lot of poor refereeing. Fuck, there might be a lot of other stuff, but everyone dies in those games. Like everyone dies for their country, dies for the flag. And like I love to see that. I love to see that old school football where maybe the passing and the the tactics aren't as, I guess I wouldn't even say sophisticated, but that stringent. It's a bit more loose, it's a bit more free. And I love that. Like I think Egypt were the most rigid team in that tournament. And even they were great to watch. Egypt kind of like took a very defensive approach to the tournament because they knew they didn't have as many talented attacking players as the likes of Senegal or Cameroon or some of the other countries. But what they did have was power on the counter with Mohamed Salah and Zizou and Abdulrahman and a couple of other players. But they had a really, really solid defensive line. And they capitalized that throughout the tournament. They made the greatest use of that you possibly could. And Senegal probably played the best football in the tournament. But yeah, like I don't mind the dives. I don't mind, like, watching the final, I was like, dude, I just hope they make it back to fucking Liverpool in one piece because these challenges are crazy. But I love that. We just don't see that in football anymore. Like, we don't see that, like, enthusiasm to throw it all out there. Like, and it was so good to see, like, every player play like it was their last game, dude. It was just so nice to see that. And, like, really, man, we need more AFCON. Like, we need... seriously, I might not even...
Why do you think that is, though? Do you think it's money in the game? Do you think it's just... like passion has gone down? Do you think the players have become a bit soft? Well, like, I mean, it could be a multitude of reasons. It doesn't have to be one thing.
I think it's just attitude towards football, man. We have such a jaded and like social media rinsed attitude towards football now. Mm-hmm. Our players come in the press conference, they say the same stuff, like,
that's been the way for a long time. Media training has been,
bro. But
okay, here's the thing. Sorry to interrupt, but like, I'd watch my idols talk in the press. Like I'd watch Beckham, Rooney, Scholes, all these players talk. Well, not really Scholes in the media only these days, but I'd watch them play. I watched them speak, and it was the same content over and over again. And then when you watch stuff like the class of '92, you realize, oh shit, they actually have a personality.
Yeah.
And you probably see a bit more of that now with footballers. Like they want to express their personality a bit more on social media.
I think football. Yeah. So here's the thing for me: football, out of all sports, is the least expressive in terms of like individual personality. Okay. Like these guys, a lot of them don't have any personality, as far as a fan would know, right? Like in the NBA, like stars are their own brand, dude, and they manage it themselves. They do their own PR. They engage with fans on their own terms and shit. It's different. But I think what's great about the AFCON, and I'm not saying that like European countries or more developed countries have like forgotten this, but I feel like in the African Cup of Nations, every player is distinctly aware of what this means to their country and to their families and to everyone there. Like, it just seems to mean a lot more for them to win that tournament. And I think the other thing as well is there is no set superpower in African football. So from tournament to tournament, a lot of teams feel like they've got a shot. Like, we've got a good team this year.
Yeah, that's true. Like, there's no like set winner of AFCON every year.
Yeah, it's not like your favorites are all. Yeah, like you don't know. Cameroon's gonna have a good team. Senegal, because of the squad, that the players that they have, they're gonna have a fairly good team for the next few years.
Ago was Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Ago was Ivory Coast. Yeah.
But, you know, in European football, you know it's going to be Germany, you know it's going to be France, you know it's going to be Italy, you know who's going to be up there in the knockouts. AFCON, dude, like anything can happen. And I miss that.
Makes it very exciting.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I miss that, bro. I miss that so much. And I miss watching coaches and shit cry for winning group stage games. Like
Yeah,
I miss I miss
sort of
watching the passion. You know, I miss watching it expressed that way. Like we don't really get that a lot. That's one of the reasons I love certain Liverpool players more than others, is because they do play with that love or hate. Like I love Andy Robertson because he plays like a child. I want to see that because that's how I play football. Like there is a romanticism about the elegance of Zidane and things like that. But the reason Steven Gerrard was my favorite player is because Steven Gerrard, you could see his emotions in every tackle he made, in every run that he made, in every ball or shot. You could see that this motherfucker gave a shit. I want to see
it's I mean, look, it's all personal preference, and
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, like that kind of passion. I do. It's something that I know it's usually big in certain football clubs. I know Liverpool absolutely love seeing a player who gives everything. United fans, though, we haven't seen that for a while, used to love seeing a player who used to leave everything on the pitch. Like that's why we used to love players like Darren Fletcher. Like
Yeah.
we knew that he would just give everything that he had on the pitch, and yeah, I mean, I love seeing a player with passion just as much as I love seeing a player with elegance. To be honest, like
Yeah.
I like appreciating that, but I don't know. That sort of passion, we don't. I can't remember the last time I saw at Man United anyway a player like Wayne Rooney, like like who was just that. Not just skillful, he had grace as well when he was on a football pitch as well. Like, or if he wanted, he could be a bulldozer. Like, I mean, there was a period right between like when he was very young, like right before. I wouldn't say his peak because it was a very weird time for him with all his injuries. Like he would have bursts.
Yeah.
Like he transitioned from being like an aggressive bulldozer to someone who was quite classy at some point as well in the way that he played football.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see that player anymore. Robertson, he does play with a lot of passion. Like he's very tenacious. Like he
Robertson
will
plays with his heart, honestly.
Yeah, he. I see him kick players over, push them over, talk shit to them, and like
Yeah, Robertson gets into it, bro. He gets into it. Like if you are gonna like aggress him or like if you're gonna get in his face, he's gonna get back in your face as much as he can. As much as he can. He loves it. And another guy that loves it is Hendo. Hendo loves it. He wants to get in with you.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like I don't know. Jordan Henderson jumps into absolutely every fight. He'll always walk up to another player. I'm like, I don't think you're gonna win that fight, but fair play. At least you're stepping.
Dude, he's the skipper, bro. He's got to, right?
Yeah.
He's got to. Like, and that's the thing. Like because the problem is the other guy who is gonna step in after that is gonna be Virgil van Dijk. So like no one needs overkill.
I've got the backup. It's fine.
Yeah, like no one needs overkill. Like, but I honestly feel like that passion, that care, that willingness to bleed. Oh, Salah's warming up. That willingness to bleed for the shirt. Oh, holy shit, he wants to get involved now. And he's giving commentary on the sideline. He's like, not the fault, not the fault. I love it. So, yeah, dude, I honestly just think like personality and your approach to your work is just as important to your talent. And like, I love the elegant footballer, but I see so many elegant footballers right now that I just ache for someone who just has that, that passion and that like.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, here's the problem with here's the problem with what I think is wrong with like modern football. You could be shit for the majority of your career, have one good season, and still be paid like a fucking rock star.
We have Paul Pogba.
Well, you could say Paul Pogba. You could say fucking Aubameyang. Like anyone, dude. Like anyone. You get on it. Anyone who gets on City's team and sits on the bench for fucking a whole season. Right? Like,
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of offside has to be.
And a lot of players are okay with that. Like they're okay with that life, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, to each their own, really. Like,
yeah, I don't hold anything against that, right? But what I hate is the fact that we've become used to, oh yeah, decisions go against you. It's fine. It happens. Yeah. Oh yeah, VAR is shit. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, when I watch a post-match interview, I'm not expecting to hear actually like anything insightful. Like, it's fine. Like, we've become so used to the mediocrity and the averageness of the product that we're being served, like a lot of the time, that we don't even demand anything better. Like, AFCON showed me that there is other shit out there.
And it can be better. And I think you're absolutely right. I think the fact that a lot of people buy into the Premier League and it is supposedly the best in the world. But I'm going to be honest, like over the last few years, and yes, there's been a lot of good games, but like the standard really dropped for a while. Like in terms of, like not in terms of quality of football. I don't think in some respects, I don't think that's ever been higher. But I'm talking about everything around it, like refereeing decisions, VAR, like those are things that we.
Dude, I would also say the quality of competition.
Okay, quality of football has gotten higher, but quality of competition has gotten lower.
Yeah, collectively, the league's shittier than it used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like. Look, I say this as well, but like Man United was so dominant for a long time. But you would have Chelsea's in there. You would have your Arsenals in there. There was always someone pushing us. Like very, very few seasons did we really run away with it.
Yeah.
Because I just felt the competition was really high. You'd have Arsenal in the late 90s, early 2000s. Then you had Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Then you had, Liverpool as well. Like in the late noughties, you had teams who were. Mo Salah is come onto the pitch, by the way.
Hala wallah ya Faro. Kifalik. Good to have you back, Hayat. You gotta say hi.
He's gonna have a point to prove today, by the way. He's like, well, I was couldn't score in the final, so let me score a hat trick now.
Dude, the worst part is he didn't even get to take the penalty. He was the fifth penalty for Egypt. Manes was the fifth penalty for Senegal. Salah was the fifth for Egypt.
Oh man, he should have gone first.
Your fifth is your key one. You always give that to the guy who's gonna handle it best, right? So
true. But I mean,
so Jones comes off for Harvey Elliott, one of my favorite fucking players to watch in world football. Firmino goes off and Salah comes on, which means Salah's going to move to the right. Jota will move to the middle. Diaz stays on the left, and Elliott comes into midfield.
Daka did a move there that was reminiscent of me in my last football game. You'll see it in a second.
Wait, did he?
So graceful. You'll see it in a second. It's so graceful.
Did he score an own goal?
No. I've grown since my own goals, my friend. Like I want to talk to you about the best goal I've ever scored. By the way, ball comes in. Yeah, ball comes in. Good cross. Right at the edge of the deep. Okay, and I've got to visualize this, right? So I take the ball, and the ball's coming in right here. So I flick it like this, right? And it loops, hits the crossbar, and goes in. And I swear to God, that is hands down the best own goal I have ever scored in my life.
I was like, there it is.
It was a thing of beauty to watch. Actually, even I was very impressed, and my friends were giving me shit and laughing. I'm like, But you've got to admit that was a thing of beauty, you know, like
That is a thing of beauty, bro.
it was
If
a
you
thing of
manage to
beauty.
do something
It
so
like
ridiculous and you're like, yo, what the fuck did I just do?
the
You should
way
be
it
proud.
looped, it hit the crossbar and went it. It was perfect. It was beautiful.
Madison with a
And I
corner.
hate the fact that I would never do that as an attacker. Like I just hate the fact that it would never happen.
Best goal I've ever scored. We were playing 7-a-sides, and yeah, that was a fucking special goal. So I get the ball at right back, like a short pass from the keeper. Guy tries to press me, and I like skip around him, and then I have a bit of like room to run into, so I start taking my room. And then the guy who I just pressed and the guy who just pressed me and the midfielder, this guy comes from behind, and this guy comes from in front. So I start like getting quicker so I can get away from the guy that I just went past. And now the other guy's heading towards me. And I'm already by the byline. So I was like, I had no place to go. So I knock the ball ahead of me. Both the guys run after the ball, and I run after the ball, but I have to go out of bounds because they've pushed me out of bounds.
So you've Gareth bailed it.
I've Gareth bailed it. I get to the ball before both these motherfuckers, and I get a touch on it. Just one touch to put it away from me. And by then I was so tired, I just smacked it, bro. I just hit it. And somehow, like it just goes in, like the keeper was shit. But it just goes in like just over the keeper's shoulder. Like just over the keeper's shoulder here. But I just smacked it in. But because of the run, that made it like my favorite goal of all time.
I'm gonna be honest, Gaurav, my own goal was still much better.
I feel like because it involves some fucking fluke skill, it was.
No. I have done that. I've done that flick before. I gotta say, the first time it missed on goal.
Flipping your dick in the toilet doesn't count, motherfucker.
No, the first time it missed. Oh, I was definitely I did it, and it just missed the goal on goal by like millimeters. So there is precedence for it, you know. Like I have tried it before.
Yes, just pressure them, bro. Just keep them there. They can't get out if we don't want them to get out.
It's very, very easy for Liverpool right now.
Klopp's still shouting.
When is he not shouting?
Only after the game, I think. Like legitimately, this guy's always asking for more.
Is he gonna stay on? Do you know? Do you think he's been at the club for he's been at the club for like 7 years now?
Yeah, I think he'll probably stay on for a bit. He's really excited about this new squad, dude, that he's building with guys like Harvey, Curtis Jones, Luis Diaz, like Calmy Kelleher, like he's building this himself, I think. I think the question for Liverpool is not just when Klopp leaves, it's also when he leaves, what's the plan?
The succession plan is always going to be very tricky. Look, I think Liverpool will handle it well if they still keep. I mean, you're replacing your director of football, right? At the end of the season, you've had. No, I thought
head of recruitment was Michael Edwards.
Yeah, that's it.
He leaves and Julian Ward takes the job. But
so Julian Moore, I've heard like he's been
Ward.
Ward. I've heard he's been touted as a success for a while.
Yeah. So he's been working as Edwards' assistant for like the last 3 years, and he is the one that led the negotiations for the Luis Diaz deal.
Okay,
we
good.
Got £20 million cheaper than the market price.
Okay, so so it's okay in that front, but to get a manager That's always tricky. Like one of the problems with United wasn't just the fact that Ferguson retired; it was the fact that David Gill retired as well. And
Yeah.
David Gill he replaced Peter Kenyon after he went to Chelsea, and like a lot of United fans were quite pissed off at that. But David Gill turned out to be way better. Like he was so tactically shrewd. He knew how to handle negotiations. He knew how to handle the difference between the board and Ferguson, and he handled all of that well. And then who replaced him? Our man Woodward.
Yeah.
So it's that succession plan throughout the board. So you've got that already with Ward. That's good.
Yeah.
You just need to do that right with Klopp. I think you guys are golden. Like you see, your owners seem to know what they're doing, which is good.
But there is a sense of calculated decision making at
Exactly.
Liverpool, which is missing at a lot of other clubs. We definitely know what we're doing. We know what the plan is. The fear for everyone now, right, is to go through what Manchester United went through when Fergie left. And Klopp is a Fergie type figure. Make no mistake about it.
Yeah, for sure. He
United
is.
fans might not like hearing that, but this is the closest thing to Alex Ferguson that's been in the Premier League since
No,
Fergie.
absolutely. I have no problem saying that. I see a lot of resemblance. I see a lot of passion.
So
innovation, like bringing in youth, like everything that I see.
We are not a club that is a cult of the player. We are a club that is a cult of the manager.
Exactly.
And we don't have that.
Boys. Oh, beautiful skill.
We're Paisley's boys. We're Fagan's boys. Even Evans' boys. Even Dalglish's boys. Like, it doesn't matter who the manager is. The manager is the most important figure at the club.
Yeah.
So it has to be a personality that has that respect, right? That can come in and carry the belief of the fan base, because that's what Jurgen Klopp did. He carried the belief of the fan base, and he carried the hopes, and he turned them into beliefs. He said, dude, I'm going to make your fucking dreams come true, but start fucking working with me. Stop panicking as a fan base. Stop having knee-jerk reactions and shit. Enjoy what's about to come.
Yeah.
And very few managers can do that. That's why I think Liverpool's plan has to be to go out and get Stevie G when he's done with his Aston Villa contract. So it's about how do you time that?
Look, again, I will just put a little bit of caution. I know there's a lot of things around Stevie G, and he did really well at Rangers. See how he does at Villa. Like it's a good thing that he's done. It's like it's not the Lampard way, which is just go from Derby all the way to Chelsea. Like Stevie G went to Rangers, now he's going to Villa. He's doing well, but it's still new managers bounce at Villa. He's signed Coutinho. Just give him a little bit of time, see how it goes, and then make the decision. Like it might be, by the way, that you get one more interim or not interim, but like an interim period where you get another manager, steadies the ship before you go to Stevie G. Like just to give him
that's gonna happen.
Just to give a little bit of time.
Could be, but I don't think Liverpool will do that, dude.
Maybe
Liverpool
not.
will do that because I'll tell you why. Our finances are so finely balanced that we can't take a risk of having a bad season and finishing outside of the top 4. We can't do that. Like that'll fuck us up for 4 years.
Yeah.
So we're not in a position like a City or United to like spend away our mistakes, so to speak, if we get the wrong guy for 6 months or 9
we've been spending away our mistakes for about 10 years now.
You've been spending your way into totally new mistakes and hellholes that you didn't even know fucking existed on this planet. You found hell on Mars, bro, with your money.
Yeah, fuck it, man. We're that much of a joke of a club.
So like,
no, it's absolutely true. Like the way that you run your football club is the way I wish my football club was run.
Yeah, and like, look, Liverpool owners haven't gotten everything right with the furloughs, like season ticket price increases. They've gotten a lot of shit wrong, bro.
Every owner makes mistakes, and
but
everyone.
In terms of what they've done for the playing squad and how Liverpool perform on the pitch, oh, they're the best owners in the fucking league after City, like easily.
Yeah, in terms of the whole machine, how well it's run, I think City have definitely got that. Like they're like they've just got so much money and they've spent so much money making sure they've got it right. And fair play to them, like you know. But in
And the thing is,
terms
like,
of
dude, they can
value
spend
for
so much
money,
money that, like, even if they don't get it right, they can fucking spend more to get it right. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like Man United have done that and gotten it wrong for 10 years. City
yeah,
have done that and gotten it right for the last 10 years. Like Liverpool, they've done it within a budget,
yeah.
and it's very impressive that a team that doesn't have the depth of City, like it's like you know, this is the thing. Like in terms of another thing that I like about Liverpool, which I'm now saying on a public stream, in that with Klopp, he will take an average player and he will make them great, and that's a trait that Fergie had. Like now, a lot of United fans are disputed about this. I know a few of
A
them.
coach.
Yeah, coach. Like Darren Fletcher. A lot of United fans were like, he's only played well because he played on the Fergie. No, I actually thought he was a very talented player. I saw him play at West Brom after he came back. He was excellent.
Yeah.
But like, you take someone like John O'Shea, like you take someone like even Johnny Evans for a long time. Even though he's a really quality player, I actually see that now. But there was a period when he elevated him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players that Fergie has taken that were average and he made them into great players. I see Klopp doing that, and that's what you do with your average squad. I don't see City doing that. They just said, let's just buy the best player, or the second best player, or the third best
Dude,
player.
Guardiola.
And that's a shame, by the way, for Guardiola. I'm sorry, but like he didn't start off like that.
No. But to be honest, dude, Guardiola, as soon as he left Barcelona, he was spoiled.
He
Because
was.
he only played for the biggest budget teams with the best existing squads. So, like, he's never, the last player he improved was fucking, for me, Raheem Sterling. And to what degree?
De Bruyne, come on, he improves.
No.
This I disagree. I disagree.
I'm really fucking sorry. I'm really fucking sorry. But I'm going to correct you here. Raheem Sterling, he proved up to a certain point. Kevin De Bruyne, when he came back from Wolfsburg, was already the best fucking playmaker in Europe.
He was a great. He's gone up so many levels, though.
He has. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Guardiola doesn't deserve credit for that, but guaranteed, bro. De Bruyne hits the same levels at any club in the Premier League. De Bruyne is that good.
No, I look
Guardiola, because I'll tell you why. If Guardiola was that good of a coach, you'd be able to point at 2 or 3 other players in the City team that are that good.
I don't watch City that much, to be honest. But I know. I think you're a masochist.
Dude, that was almost a great goal by Salah.
Why would you? What?
That dribble by Salah almost scored in the corner. He just danced around like 3 players, took the ball away.
Are you telling me that players like Foden or Mahrez, like Mahrez was a really good player before as well at Leicester, but like they have all improved. They're all learning so much. Like he's a brilliant tactician. He knows his football as well. The thing is, I think that he just buys the best players.
No, dude, he's not a good man manager, bro.
Man manager, fine. I'm not saying about man manager, but he's a good coach.
But dude, man management is about making people better players as well.
Yeah, true. It's all encompassing. I know that, right? But it's a facet of it. If you want me to say,
Salah's through. Come on, Mo! Oh!
If you want me to say pound for pound, who I think is the better coach, who is the better manager, I think Klopp is hands down. Don't get me wrong, because Klopp does it with a smaller squad. He does it with average players as well. But I'm not going to go ahead and say,
Bro, why aren't Leicester putting out the ball, dude? This team is so fucking cheap, dude. This team is so fucking cheap. I hate them so fucking much,
Wolves, by the way.
These motherfuckers in the FA Cup, when they came to fucking Liverpool, Liverpool had donated money to Leicester food shelters, and they were singing songs about feeding the fucking Scousers. This team is full of fucking scum. Their fans are fucking scum. Did you see that fucking pitch invader
No, I
against
didn't.
in the Forest game?
No,
Who
I
went
didn't.
and punched the Forest players? Leicester fan. Dude, their fans are fucking despicable. And this shit, there was a minute between Salah going down and you guys taking your chance as if nothing happened. Well, fuck this club.
By
dude.
the way,
We better score two more.
let's okay. I understand that that's frustrating. That's horrible as well. But like, we'll also qualify it. Not all the fan base. Now, I'm not saying that it's not
Yeah,
despicable.
not all the fan base.
It's not
The
wrong.
people that were in the ground that night and sang that song, fuck
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
You were
exactly.
feeding your kids when you were talking about ours.
No, 100%, and you will always get that. You've got, and I hate saying this, but I will like you. We don't hear this much anymore, but I know it does happen. Like you will have United fans singing about the Hillsborough disaster.
Yeah, dude. Like
Yeah, and
I posted on Twitter on the anniversary of the Munich air disaster, and I said,
Oh,
like,
oh, that was a sexy looking shot. But denied by the upright. Oh,
switch
sorry,
out
you're
to
gonna
Robertson.
lose your shit in a minute.
Robertson finds Thiago to recycle the ball. But yeah, what are you saying?
No, but I do agree with you. I hate these sort of fans, and I think there are lines you just can't cross. Not when it comes to like, not when it comes to like death.
Yeah,
Not
dude.
when
Like, why are you talking about like poor kids that are like feed the Scousers, dude? Like,
yeah, exactly.
bro, like, what are you talking about, dude? Trent wins the ball back here. It comes out to Thiago. Thiago makes a little shift. Keeps the ball. Comes to Harvey Elliott. Great movement. Here's Salah. Oh, it's off the fucking crossbar.
That's what I say. It was a beautiful looking shot.
Here's Diaz. Oh, straight at the keeper. Liverpool knocking at the door consistently right now. Is that not a high foot? Okay. Diaz coming back in.
With Salah, you look like a completely different team. He's so good. He is such a phenomenal footballer. Like how is he not? He's way better than Harry Kane, by the way. I never understood.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I never ever understood. Okay, no, don't say I've never understood. But like English fans, I know they love their players. Like, but Harry Kane, come on! Like Harry Kane versus Salah, that conversation was moot like years ago. Like Harry Kane was a good goal.
If you ever watch any full game of Mohamed Salah,
he's a great goal scorer. He's a great goal scorer, but like
that's it.
About an all-around player, Salah hadn't beat for a long time.
Bro, Harry Kane is just a striker, dude. He's just a goal
No,
scorer.
No. Look, come on.
He's a British Van Nistelrooy, bro.
Hey. Van Nistelrooy was a ruthless goal scorer.
Exactly. But that's all he was.
This is the thing that I want to say. Look, I know that the players, the strikers, the system, it's all evolved, but putting the ball in the back of the net, Jesus, that takes a lot of. Come on, man. That's not an easy skill. But if you again, I'm saying that Salah is just levels above, like because he's all of that and a goal scorer. You know, like.
And he tracks back, and he presses well, and he makes amazing passes, like, and his work rate is great, and his mentality is insane. Like, Salah, if you watch any full game of Harry Kane and Mohamed Salah, any full game, Salah easily finishes that game as a 7 on average with everything he does on the pitch. If Harry Kane doesn't score, he's a 5, bro.
Yeah, I've very rarely seen him play in games where he hasn't scored and he's played well. You know, it's like I do want to say one thing about Van Nistelrooy. That was a jibe there, but you really should have seen him younger in his career.
Dude, I used to watch a lot of United.
No. I'm not talking about United. Like when he came to United, he just stopped becoming like the link between the playmaker.
Yeah.
Like he just wanted to be a pure goal scorer, right? But in his time at PSV, my God, was he amazing at link-up play.
He needed to do more at PSV. At United, he just needed to put the ball in the back.
So yeah, exactly. That's what Ferguson.
Bro, I don't mean that as a dig, by the way.
I know.
I think Ruud van Nistelrooy was one of the best strikers the Premier League see.
He was
Especially
incredible.
overseas strikers, dude.
Yeah, he was incredible. And by the way, he came after like a horrific knee injury.
Yeah, and like
Oh,
he was an absolute dog.
yeah,
on the pitch. Like he was an absolute like Diego Costa, like fucking like really wanted to argue and like get into it with you.
yeah, and he was a sneaky motherfucker as well, exactly like Costa.
He's
like
Dutch,
he would
bro.
leave foots,
He's
like,
Dutch.
Yeah,
The Dutch are sneaker.
yeah, it's very true. I know. It's very, very true. They are sneaky pieces of shit. Oh, Salah.
Van Nistelrooy was a sneaky little show and show in the box.
Yeah.
Oh, Gareth Southgate's watching this game.
Go. Come on.
He's taking notes as to how to manage a team that wants to score goals. Jurgen Klopp. Here's Harvey Elliott. Finds Salah on the wing. Salah's got an isolation here. Oh!
Such an England thing, by the way, to choke when they were choke in the final the way they did. Yeah. Even though, hands down, Italy were the best team in the World Cup.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
In the Euros. Like, hands down. And, like, the way that England fans went after them, like, that wasn't given enough shit, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, the way that the England fans went after the Italian fans, how racist they became, horrible.
Yes!
Great save by Schmeichel, by the way.
Yeah. Leicester have a 3-on-4 here. In the counter, and Thiago makes a great interception, lays it off to Elliott, who will walk the ball out into Leicester's half. Nice and calm. Finds Mo Salah out on the wing. Salah wants to isolate his man. He can't, so he digs it back to Elliott, who plays it cross-field to Andy Robertson, who just manages to not keep it in. But yeah, I honestly feel like, oh, what a pass from Salah to Diaz, dude.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, and he almost does finish it too. Schmeichel gets lucky, bro.
I think that's a really good save. I don't think that's.
It's a great save. It's a great save.
Like those ones, like
if it's a bit.
Yeah, I know, but like his ass did his job there.
Omar, did you see that stat?
Which one?
Top performers. There were 4 Liverpool players and 1 Leicester player. Who was the Leicester player? James Maddison. What the fuck did I tell you?
Yeah, no. James Maddison is the only one who really makes them tick.
The only guy who's making this team work. You know what's the biggest drop-off for this team? Yuri Tielemans.
Yeah.
I think Tielemans wanted to fuck off in the summer. He didn't get a move. And second half of it, like, he's just fucking, his form has dropped off so bad.
Oh, go. Oh, great defending.
Salah should have scored that 1-on-1, bro.
He should have. Absolutely. Ooh, by the way, I'm going to say this about referees in terms of the linesmen. They have really improved over the last few seasons.
Linesmen have improved, bro. Linesmen have really improved.
So much, by the way. Like, before, like, offside decisions would be... Like, I know they have VAR now, but, like, offside decisions back in the day, you know? Like, you would always kind of get it... There was always like that 50. More often than not, they would get it right, but like they would also get a few key ones wrong. I very rarely see them get it wrong now, even when like VAR supports them like 100%.
That's off.
It was just off, by the way.
That's off.
Like literally just by like millimeters, it was off. And it's honestly it's the perfect call.
Oh, it's a great call.
Exactly.
But you know what makes that easier for the ref? So by the way, I don't know if you've ever taken like coaching.
No, I haven't.
So I've played as a winger, a striker, and a right back. So what they tell you about, like, if you're playing a high line, what they tell you is if you know someone's making the run and the ball's on its way, step up.
Yeah. I agree, 100%.
Like an aggressive manager like a Klopp will tell you, step up. Because you're putting the decision in the ref's hands. And when you step out, like when you step out, his natural instinct is to say offside. Because you're tricking his eyes every time you do that. It's very hard if you're both standing level or like there's not a lot of movement going on, you're both running in the same direction, it's easy for him to make the decision. If you step out and he doesn't know what went first, you stepped out or the striker went, it's very hard for them to make that decision, and they'll give the defense the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good point.
But yeah, a little something that I learned being a piece of shit.
Psychologically, that makes sense, by the way.
Yeah, and I am a piece of shit when I play football. Jota! Fucking praise for my boy! Yes, dude. There goes your fucking 3 points. There we go. Still in it. Title still on, dude. Title still on.
Absolutely. I never ruled Liverpool out. Just looking at the table, I'm like, there's still a chance.
Yeah.
Even when it was 8 points, I'm like, there's still a chance. Like I've seen that overturned before. Like Liverpool were 10 points ahead of City. I saw Man United 8 points ahead of City.
Bro,
you know, like it's by January, it's not the end. Like a lot of teams can still lose.
Dude, can we just talk about the world-class assist from my center back? You
can. I mean, you will write eulogies about this. Yeah, there you go.
Oh! Dude, he
really
passes it. He flicks it through the legs. Even Jota is saying, what a ball. And wow, as he's celebrating with Joel. My dribbler. You know, by the way, Virgil van Dijk does call Joel Matip a beautiful man and the dribbler in training. The dribbler. Yeah, because Joel goes on these little runs, right?
Yeah, I've seen those runs before. He's like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to go. You guys aren't doing shit.
Yeah, so like...
If you're not making a run, I'm going on a run myself.
Yeah, so Van Dijk calls him the dribbler in training. And when they got their FIFA ratings, he's like, dribbling 54. No, man, you have to give him 80 at least. Like, he's like...
The FIFA ratings, what the hell, man? I mean, come on. Sometimes it's like, do you even watch football, bro?
Bro, like... Dude, that pissed me off so much. Some of these ratings, because like they rated. That's the thing. Like in the squad, they say the fastest player in the squad is Virgil. Like over Salah and Mane. Like Virgil.
I remember Salah looking at that stat and he's like, "What?"
Yeah, he's like, "What? Like Virgil? This is like 60 something." It's like, dude, like. Yeah, Virgil and Gomez are the 2 quickest players in the squad. FIFA ratings are dog shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I think they do it to piss people off and cause controversy sometimes.
I honestly think they do, bro. Like, I honestly think they do. Like, Curtis Jones is a 74. He's at least a 76.
It's EA. What do you expect? I mean, the only good product that they've released in the last few years was Fallen Order. The only one, like seriously. This is why I don't buy a FIFA game every single year. What's the fucking point? Like you buy it every year, like it's just gonna be minor adjustments. You buy it every 2-3 years, you're gonna get a big fucking difference.
You know what we should do? Not on the subs, but we should do like a live stream of some games. We can play online or something as well. That would be fucking fun.
Which FIFA do you have?
I have 21 right now, but I'm getting 22. It's coming on Game Pass like next month.
Is it crossplay? That's the thing.
Yeah. I think it is. But Leicester created a chance here, and Van Dijk stuck his big fucking dick. No, sorry, it was his leg. It was his leg. Sorry, I thought Van Dijk cleared that with his big cock, but it was his foot. Sorry.
FIFA 22 doesn't have crossplay, by the way.
Fuck him. So what's going on for Leicester now? Rodgers came out at the end of the last game against Forest, talked a lot of shit about his squad, about their commitment and energy levels. And
They
now,
weren't look. They weren't bad today, by the way. They just lacked quality at the right moments. Like
I'd agree.
I don't expect them to come to Anfield and dominate possession.
I don't
Yeah.
expect them to dominate at Anfield either, but I do expect them to put up some fucking.
I think after half, like the first half, I was more impressed with the performance. The second half, I didn't see anything. In the first half, they were still in the game, but against like it was a depleted squad versus a depleted squad. Not even Liverpool a depleted squad, but you were just missing like Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Like I would looking at this Leicester team, right? Like there are a lot of injuries. Like,
Yeah.
but their players were still out of form as well. So it's I think it's a mix for them. But you know, you lose players, you know what it's like with defending. Really good defending. Yeah. So I don't know. Rogers isn't really performing at all.
So you think it's Rodgers and not the players?
I think it's a combination of both, and that happens sometimes, especially in the modern day. The players stop playing for the manager.
Yeah. Hard to disagree, bro. Hard to
It's
disagree. I think Leicester have a decision to make. Right? Do you stick around with FA Cup winner Brendan Rodgers, who's gotten you close to top 4 multiple times?
But never really quite taken you there.
Yeah.
And they should have done at least once. And by the way, I say at least, they should have done it twice. Like
So let me very quickly just come back. Wait. Let me just take a break for a quick second.
Go for
And I'll
it.
show you something.
So the game has ended. Liverpool 2, Leicester 0. Very, very good performance. In the first half, you saw Leicester kind of take it to Liverpool. They played well, played on the break. But in the second half, the Liverpool just completely took control. The goal gave them a lot of confidence. And when Mo Salah came on, they were just a completely different squad, different team. They are now, let's look at the table and let's see how my math is now. Really hoping for Arsenal to lose. Liverpool are now 9 points behind Manchester City with a game in hand. So if they win that game in hand, only 6 points. And a lot of people were writing Liverpool off at the start of January. They thought City would run away with it. No, they're still in this, 100%. Good performance by Liverpool. Very, very professional performance, and they really, really came alive after Salah came on. I think they navigated January extremely, extremely well. A lot of people thought they were going to suffer, but no, they've kept up the pace with City. Game in hand. If they win that game in hand, only 6 points.
All right. So let me give you my man of the match, and I'll do it with something a little different. I'm going to show you the meme that's going to be shared across the world on all Liverpool subreddits and fucking Twitter and everything. Here, just
Show me.
watch this. Here you go, buddy. This is the story of tonight's game. There you go. I'm going on an adventure. That's what our boy does. The dribbler. Who the fuck is making these runs.
You should just tweet this at the EA Sports and the FIFA ratings.
Yeah, like bro, how
That's
are
how
you
good-
not giving this guy 90 passing and like 87 dribbling? Did you see that? So right now, as the table stands, Liverpool
9 points behind.
with a game in hand.
Not bad.
Not
Not bad
bad.
at all.
So Liverpool still have to go to the Etihad. City still have a lot of games against all the other useless teams in the league.
Including Man United.
Dude, Ole's gone. Those tricks are gone.
By
That
the way,
one guaranteed win that you had in the season is gone.
yeah, I know the Leeds one. United are playing well, but they're just not finishing now. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think
So-
United's play has gotten a bit better.
Yeah, for
no
sure.
doubt.
Like,
But the story of the league, Liverpool keep doing what they're doing.
yeah, for sure.
We're waiting for someone else to do their job against City.
Yeah.
Please help us out.
I hope it comes to the final day of the season and you lose it on the last kick.
Nah, we've already done that, dude.
Yeah, I know, but it'd be nice to see it happen to someone else.
No, it should happen to City once. You've lost
Yeah,
it on the last
oh
day.
no, absolutely, 100%. It should happen.
We've lost it to them on the last day once. You should lose it on the last. Like they should lose it on the last day once.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. They haven't had that yet. Anyway, we've been the substitutes. Thank you so much for joining, and join us for our next game, which will be Newcastle Villa.
Yep,
Wow.
on Sunday.
All right. Thanks, guys. It's been good to see you.